enmity against God, meaning it is the very hatred of God. For it is not subject to the law of God, neither can it be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. Now all these weeks we've been speaking on faith. What is the foundation of the thing that pleases God?
That's right.
Faith. So we know that the earmark, another one, of a son is one that has faith. A true son of God will not continue to abet and abase and fight up against the grain of something that he's trying to implant inside of the earth. I began to think earlier this morning, me and Pastor Jay was having a small conversation as we were rushing to get ready. And I began to speak on the apostolic movements from the 80s. They were very heavy on pioneering, apostolic thrust. We have not in Chicago, have not had another pioneering move like the one that was released in the 80s. Has not been one. Apostle Clip2 Turner pioneered in Chicago the ordination of the apostle. I remember when I first started at the church, we were calling him Pastor Turner. His wife, co-pastor Denise Turner. But at around the time I turned 6 or 7, we were calling him Apostle Clip2 Turner. I remember the ordination. Because I remember a great of the gospel, a general, began to speak and said, "You are the Son of God, and take the city." Now, this man of God took the city because somebody down the street was named an apostle, and somebody up the street was named an apostle. Apostles began to burst forth and began to be birthed inside of Chicago like never before. Then the next thing was the prophetic move that was birthed in Chicago like never before. And then after that, the deliverance movement began to be birthed forth in Chicago like never before. Whereas in previous times, Chicago was missionary Baptist after the Orthodox call of the Catholic Church. Which means they're very stagnant, very stale. But then, in the 90s, we came to a point where there was no more pioneering moves. The apostolic thrust, instead of it being hot like iron, like fire, it became cool and it dulled down and it took on a form and it became immovable in its form. And so I said, God, what is the problem? He's saying sonship. True sonship is what I'm calling for in order for the true apostolic pioneering move to begin to be birthed forth once again. He wants to release ideas and ideologies and creative genius inside of the earth